into spiritual working conditions to better our souls. And I really believe that. In the bottom of my heart, I believe that. And I believe that if you can fix your karma, even if you're not speaking to the person, if there's a good reason for why, then you've done the right thing for yourself.
I love that, and I just thank you so much for sharing your experiences, because it does take a lot of bravery, especially being in the public eye, because like you said, people will cling on to one little thing that you say, and nobody is you're ever going to have everybody agree with them or everyone like what you say.
First, in my situation where someone, I believe that every experience that comes to us, no matter good or bad, is a lesson. So the person felt they got a load off, they felt they could point the finger and set me on the right path, because in their opinion, I was this, I was that, because that was that's their opinion. But they followed me around indefinitely and watched every single move I made to determine that opinion. So they weren't ready to like me in the first place. Or even if they were and they decided not to like me, that's still their decision. But dislike me for the truth, not for what you believe is the truth and is misinformation.
So, Alannah, now I'm curious, you had mentioned one way that we are able to help ourselves is to reach out and connect with other people who are able to help us. But there's another something in your life that I feel probably has quite a big impact on you feeling more connected, more happy, more spiritual, and that's your kitty. Your kitty cat. Can you tell us about your kitty cat?
So sweet. I really believe that animals show us the way because they're on a different vibration than humans, and I believe they incarnate, and I believe that sometimes they incarnate towards us to reunite with our souls, and oftentimes I believe I've had 2 Bengal cats in the last 2 years. The first one I grew attached to in a way I've never grown attached to an animal before, and even the horses I had and loved so. I didn't have 10 horses. I had 1 horse every 10 years kind of thing, because I would connect with the horse, and I would learn things from the horse, spiritual things. And I would learn how not a male with a strong ego, I would learn how the horse would teach me how I cannot treat men. Otherwise, they were going to quit at the fence and I was going to go plowing off in the mud. So when you don't follow, when you don't listen up. But the kitty that I fell so deeply in love with, I treated that kitty like every day was his last day. He would bite me so terribly, I could not train him not to bite me. In secretly my heart, I didn't give it much thought. I did wonder how I was going to cope with him doing that wild Asian leopard, because Bengal is a strain of Asian leopard that still has that wilderness, gene in him. And he was going to bite me. He was biting me because he was saying, "Get a grip, babe." You. And when he died, he didn't want to go. And he wasn't a very well cat, but boy, he taught me to stand up to the dark forces that may have been flowing in me from whatever, that he recognized should not be there and would bite them, attack them. Every pet owner knows their animal sees stuff that we don't. And when the dog responds in a really negative way, unless it's just a yappy monster, an animal owner will recognize something's not right based on the reaction that their animal is giving. And I knew something was not right. Something really was not right. And then he died of a heart attack. I had to put him down. It broke my heart. And I was very grateful that he came and taught me such a valuable lesson. He got me out of bed, and I've been ill, and he got me out of bed and started to feed myself because I had to feed him. He got me out of bed and kept me on my feet so I could, pick up after him because he was a big mess maker. you know, like big leopard cat. He was twice the size of a normal cat and twice as rambunctious, or 10 times more rambunctious. But the second one came, and he was directly the same spots, same looking animal, completely different personality. Now he's come to teach me sweetness, the hardcore, deep down sweetness of genuine, like a little child, you know, a little baby kid. Little babies, they don't know anything but sweetness. They don't have evil intent, and not generally. I think it's shown them. You know, I don't believe people are born evil. I really don't. And this little kitty is teaching me how to trust in the innocence exists.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. Because when you lose, I'm going to cry. When you lose your connectedness with innocence, there's just no point in being alive. That's what children do for us. Children and old people. There's way too many cell phones in this world.
Oh, well, Alannah, I just want to, I see that innocence in you, and I know from one person who's had a rough childhood to another, you know, that it's still there within you. I mean, there's so much love for you in this world, and I know that you've had your struggles, but you've also served the world with so much of your passion and your love, and I just want to appreciate you for that and share my love for you for that.
Oh, fine. Thank you so much for saying so. That makes me feel so good.
I'm glad. And Alannah, if we're gonna have time to play one more song, I should start wrapping up soon. And so I'm wondering if there's anything that I haven't asked about that you feel is really important that you want to get across today.
Isn't it amazing what happens when you reach out to someone and say, hey, I think I made a mistake there, and if I'm going to be an example setter, I don't want to leave that kind of example. Can you help me? Can we destroy that and start all over? And you said yes.
Thank you. Well, just to let listeners know who may not be aware, you had done an interview with me a couple of years ago, and I posted it on my Facebook, and then you emailed me and said, you know, I just don't feel like I really represented myself in the way that I'm comfortable with now. I'm in a different place in my life now, and would you please take that down, and I would be happy to do another interview with you. And I said yes, because how could I refuse? I mean, it's such a pleasure.
What the?
Really?
Gee, I don't know. You know, I don't think I don't think many people would ask. Once it's done, right? Ouch. Sorry, playing with my jewelry. Yeah, I don't think a lot of people would ask. And it was it seemed important to me. I'd heard the interview, can't remember why, what, when, where, but I heard the interview and I just got my back up. It made me cringe. I went, ooh, don't like me in this.
Aww.
Don't like me, I don't like me, don't like me. And I felt like, oh my God, I felt so indulgent, like I ragged on about stuff I had no business ragging on about. And in this interview, I did not. Instead, I tried to use what it is I've learned over the last, say, well, it's been a slow burn for me, but what I've learned, let's just say, you know, and certainly since the last time we spoke, how much I've learned that can dispel some of the moronic impressions I have of myself or others, or I may have, you know, invented in others from what it is I've projected.
Well, thank you so much, Alannah. And before I say goodbye, is there anything else you want to add?
It's a pleasure speaking with you. Where am I speaking to today? Where are you located?
I'm in Vancouver. Yeah, the station's in Vancouver.
All right, fellow Canadian.
Yes.
American.
Nope. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time today and for your beautiful gift that you share with the world through your music. And you're also on Facebook, and your website is alannahmyles.com if anyone wants to connect with you there.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day and be well. All right. Love you, girl. Bye. So that was Alannah Myles, and again, you can go to her website, alannahmyles.com. I'm going to close the show with her song, Bad For You. Coming up in just a moment here on CITR is Hearts Unknown, so stick around for that. And through this workshop that I was at this weekend, I was shown this prayer, and I just want to share it with you, because the way that we are able to create more for ourselves, like Alannah had mentioned earlier, how so many people are just out for me, and when we focus on what we can give to the world, that opens up so much for us. And so this is Yabez's prayer, where he is asking for the opportunity to share and serve with others. Oh, bless me indeed and expand my territory, that your hand would be with me and that you would keep me from evil, that I may not cause pain. And so I also want to end the show with a message to you. I love you, I bless you, and I thank you. Namaste. We'll be back next Monday with more Synchronicity. Have a fabulous day. Hi, Alannah. She's gone. Hi.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Oh, not bad.